Good morning, friends. You can still hear that I'm a little congested, but I am feeling better than I was yesterday. I'm not so much a faucet as like a leaky sink. So today is also gonna be a rest day. Normally on Wednesdays I would go to work, but I called out, which I do, which is definitely the right choice. So still gonna try and take it easy, but now it's been 2 days of craving chicken noodle soup, and Kay went to the store last night to just pick up some things that we needed, and they couldn't find everything for the soup, which, like, chicken noodle soup, what the heck, but they went to Target to try and do everything in one fell swoop, and they did not find celery. I feel like there's another thing that they couldn't find. Oh, and then also Moose is like on her last bowl of food. So later today I will be heading out into the world just to pick up some cat food and some just like last little ingredients so that I can make myself soup that I will probably eat for both lunch and dinner. So that's what's on the agenda for today. I also need to wash all of our hand knit socks, so I thought I'd show you how I do that. Anything else? I don't think so. Just knitting and resting. I'm about halfway through the 2 towers. Well, actually a little further than halfway through, and like I said, I'm watching the extended versions, and like, I don't know if you're aware, but the Lord of the Rings movies are pretty long. Oh my god, I can't stop yawning. Okay. So I'm a little past the halfway mark on the 2 towers, and then of course there's one more, and then so hopefully I'll finish those today as I just like bop around and knit. Yeah, so that's what's happening. I think I'm gonna make myself some throat coat tea, which has actually been out of stock at my local grocery store, but Kay was able to find at Target yesterday. So yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, it's pretty early still. It's like probably just about 9. Yeah, it's like literally 9 a.m. right now. So yeah, I'm probably gonna knit for maybe through the end of this movie, and then get up and work on some other stuff. So yeah, I hope you had fun watching yesterday's Vlogmas. I had a fun time putting that one together. So yeah, you can tell I'm still a little, every time I blow my nose, which, like, again, it hasn't been that many times, my like ears pop, like it's just all here. Maybe even like a hot shower. Maybe when I go to the store I can pick up, I don't know if you've ever gotten those like eucalyptus tabs that you can use in the shower to help clear out your sinuses, but like that is calling my name. So yeah, I'll check in with you a little later. For lunch, I made myself some roast potatoes, and then like on a whim I picked up these like egg bites from Costco. You just pop them in the microwave for a couple minutes, and there's bacon and cheddar, and then I covered it all with some leftover salsa verde from the food Kennedy and I had earlier this week, and it's so good. So yeah, that's what lunch is. Ooh. Hi. Sorry, the lighting is horrible. I was like, I think I need to take a nap. Like, I was just feeling tired, and I ended up sleeping for 2 hours. Maple didn't wake me up or anything. So I like don't want to go run errands, but Moose is completely out of food, and I need to start on dinner. God, I look like really, I didn't realize how rough I look. Okay. But I want to take another COVID test before I go out into the world. I will, of course, wear a mask. But I going out into the world with a cold is very different from going out into the world with COVID, and I would not do that. So, let's do this really quick. Let me make sure this isn't expired. No. But, God, I can't believe how hard I slept. Mabel did sleep with me for a good chunk of it. But, yeah, wow. I guess my bod really needed it. Okay, here's the fun part where I make myself sneeze 8 times. All right. Well, we'll see if I end up using this clip. Oh my God. Huh. Okay, Google, set a 15-minute timer. God.
All right, 15 minutes, and we're starting now.
And again, we're negative. Thank goodness. Kay's finally making me chicken noodle soup. I'm very excited. Thanks, Kay. Yum. Thanks, Kay.
You're welcome.
You picking up what I'm putting down?
Johnny's.
Christmas Johnnies. There you go.
Thanks.
Oh.
She likes it.
Okay, hi guys. I definitely meant to sit down and do this yesterday. Today is the 9th. But honestly, I was feeling really bad for myself yesterday. You can hear that I'm still congested. At this point, I've been sick since Monday, and it's Friday. And yeah, I'm a little over it. Which, like, I don't know, I'm very grateful that I had the opportunity to, like, sit and not have to work and, like, could rest and get better, but I didn't think it would take so many days and that I'm still kind of feeling not great. So yesterday I was just feeling really bad for myself, and then while I was like making myself food, I fully cut my finger like really bad with a knife, and I just was like, I give up. I give up for the day, and maybe that wasn't the most mature thing to do, but yeah, basically the day ended with me fully crying after having eaten Jersey Mike's in bed by myself. So anyway, I'm just like, I'm ready to like start doing stuff, even if it's not at the exact pace that I wish it was. But so I had the idea yesterday to ask you all for some questions that I could answer for Vlogmas, since I'm not doing much because I've been sitting on my butt watching all of the Lord of the Rings movies. And what else did I watch yesterday? I watched The Vow, which is the HBO documentary about the Nexium cult. And maybe that like also didn't put me in the best mood, but it does lead into the first question that I was asked. So I'm gonna answer some questions that I got from Instagram yesterday. I have like a lot, so I don't think I'll answer all of them, but I'm gonna work on my Advent socks because I'm a little now behind on those. I don't think I'm that behind, and I kind of calculated that a row, like each stripe color, takes me about 10 minutes to knit, which is pretty manageable. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need to do 2 more. I think, yeah. And also I haven't had my coffee yet this morning, so I made myself my coffee. I like definitely needed water. So that's what I started with this morning. I'm trying to take care of myself, but sometimes like I want other people to take care of me, and that wasn't possible yesterday. So I ended up just feeling bad for myself. So here's where we are. I am in better spirits today. And just the fact that I'm not like blowing my nose every like 3 seconds really helps. So sorry if it feels like a little bit of a downer, but just want to be honest. So the first question I got was like, what are your favorite things to listen to and watch while knitting? And hence why I was talking about The Vow. I do like listening to true crime podcasts, although I noticed that I have slowed down a lot recently. I think just to some extent it's getting redundant. To some extent I feel like it can be a lot, like, to hold. So yeah, I noticed like watching The Vow yesterday, I was like really interested in it, but the last couple episodes of the second season were a lot. So yeah, I do watch some true crime documentaries, but I try to be cognizant. I mean, maybe you could definitely argue, and I definitely see the point in saying that like all of it is exploitative, but I do think there are ways to do it that are less so, and I think telling the victim side of things is one way to do that. And I think it gets complicated when the victims are also the perpetrators, which is why The Vow is such an interesting piece of media. So anyway, I did enjoy watching that but maybe enjoy isn't. I was like fascinated and captivated watching it. I also do really like fantasy. Of course, I watched all the Lord of the Rings, of which, like, I watched the extended versions, but there were parts of, you know, Return of the King that I must have only seen once when it came out in theaters, and that I just, like, fully did not remember, or, like knew was part of the story, but, like, didn't remember scene for scene. And I like reading fantasy too. At the beginning of this year, I read like the whole ACOTAR series, thanks to my knitting group, and thoroughly enjoyed all of that. Like that like really started my year off. I felt like a voracious reader. So yeah, I like to watch things that are really engaging, because if I watch things that are less captivating, like sometimes even knitting podcasts like can't hold my attention. I like having those on better as I'm doing other tasks like cleaning, but I really like action fantasy packed stuff to really, when I like really need to sit and get stuff done. I've watched like the Mockingbird, or what am I talking about? The Hunger Games. I like binged all of those when I've had like a knitting deadline. The Harry Potter movies. Yeah. And I also like crime dramas that are fiction. The Sinner was a really great one. Procedurals like Shetland. Yeah, and I also just read a lot of like cozy mysteries. I really like knit lit, so I read a lot of knitting cozy mysteries. We can, if you're interested in hearing some of my favorite series, leave a comment and I'd be happy to send you in the direction of some of my faves. Okay. I'm gonna do like the Christmassy kind of ones, like holiday ones, because it's Vlogmas. So, someone asked what my favorite holiday tradition is. I feel really grateful that my mom worked her butt off to really make the holidays special for us growing up. And as the person now largely in charge of making that happen in my house, even though I like don't have kids or anything yet, I am even more appreciative of the amount of work that she put into just like making that time of year feel really special. So I really love decorating the tree, which we usually would do the weekend after, you know, Thanksgiving weekend. Kay and I really love Christmas music, but as you know, it can get stale. Like, you know, just the same standards. So we have put together a playlist of like newer songs and like original songs, so that we're getting a lot of like new music in. That's been really fun. That is something that Kay and I really like and care about. And so a holiday tradition that I haven't really been able to do recently is on Christmas Eve, there's a caroling truck parade that drives by my grandma's house in LA, and it kind of zigzags through the streets, and there's carolers on it, and then there's like people dressed up as Rudolph and Santa and stuff, and it stops at each block and like sings a song. And she was kind of always at the end of the route, so we would have a big Christmas Eve party and eat a lot of Mexican food, and then the parade would come and we'd sing a song, and then that would kind of like be the end of the evening. And I really love that, and I'm very excited that we will be able to do that this year. Just with COVID and living so far away, I haven't spent a lot of holidays in LA. So that will be really fun. Another thing that I love doing, but that I'm trying to do a little bit different this year, is tamalada, where everyone comes over and makes tamales all day. So I think that what is going to happen this year is that Kay and I are going to host one in Portland on like the 1st instead of doing it before Christmas when everything gets a little chaotic. So yeah, I got an eggnog, yay or nay, and if you've been watching Vlogmas, I think you will know that it is definitely a yay. Kay and I always get it. We try to wait until after Thanksgiving, but sometimes we skip, and I really love it with some whiskey in it. So yes, definitely a yay on the eggnog. I also got one that said funniest holiday memory, and I was like thinking about this, and I think I have two. One is Thanksgiving and one is Christmas. Is that one year my grandma sent me out to the garage where she has like a second refrigerator to grab the whipped cream for the pumpkin pie. And so I did, and my dad happened to be served the first slice, and I like poured it out. I like, you know, tried to make a little swirl, and I was like, huh, that's weird, like the texture's a little funny. My dad took a bite, and my yaya was like, why does it look like that? And checked the bottom of the can, and it had expired like several years before. And my dad was like pushed the plate away, and we were all laughing so hard. And that's like, we talk about that all the time, that he had like many years expired whipped cream. Ew. The fact that it was even still remotely creamy was a little concerning. And then like another one that's pretty funny. I think I was in high school, so of course I was like way too cool for everything, and my sister gave me this big box, and I opened it, and there was another box inside that box, and I opened it, there was another box inside that box, and I did that about 5 times until I got to a pretty small box, opened it, and it was empty, and my sister fully yelled at the top of her lungs, "It's a box of love!" and tackled me with a hug. And of course, as a high schooler, I was like, really? But again, that's like another family lore story. It was pretty funny. Yeah, those are some good funny times. Dina, my friend, asked if there's going to be a Hanukkah party this year, because we do celebrate Hanukkah and Christmas in our household. And unfortunately, Hanukkah starts real late this year, and just with the timing and when I am heading down to LA, I just don't think it's going to happen. So sorry, Dina. But Kay and I will definitely make some latkes and celebrate ourselves. Sorry. Okay, what I think I'm gonna do is save the knitting specific questions for Sunday and sit down and answer those, because I think those will be a little bit longer winded, and I'd actually like to think about some of them, but I hope that your question got answered and that you had fun thinking about the holidays with me. Yeah, there's the next stripe of the sock. They're looking pretty cute. So I'm gonna finish that up. It is a little cumbersome knitting with my bandaged finger. Maybe I can find a band-aid with less impact. So I'm gonna finish these up and see where we're at when I'm done. I'm definitely still feeling fatigued, so I want to run to the store. I feel like I'm always going to the store, but I usually just go and buy like a couple things. I haven't lived this close to a grocery store and also had a car in like my entire adult life, and for better or worse, I have like lost my meal planning mojo, and just am like, I'm gonna run to the store and grab a couple things all the time. And here she is. So tonight I think I'm gonna make a chorizo, kale, potato, and bean soup, which I'm hoping will clear out my sinuses a little bit, but other than that, I'm still taking it easy. I am going into work tomorrow. I think it's a shorter shift for me, but yeah, I don't know, guys. I forgot how much it sucks to be sick. I am going to Whole Foods, which I don't normally do, but I really want to make chorizo kale soup tonight for dinner that I can also take to work tomorrow for lunch. I also want to get chocolate chips so that I can make a batch of the cookies that I'm doing for the cookie party. And there's like a specific type of salt that I can't get at Safeway. So I am braving the outside world, trying not to just sink into feeling bad for myself. And I thought I would also get some lunch for myself. So that's what's happening right now. Yeah, I don't really love going to Whole Foods, but I know like our Safeway just doesn't have the type of chorizo that I like for the soup, which is like an actual link that you can cut up. They have like the OG type, which is great in a lot of things, but not for this soup. Anyway, I'm still feeling very fatigued, like I said, and I'm annoyed about it, but I'm trying to not let it stop me from doing things. But I am gonna take it easy. That was only somewhat successful, so I'm gonna also go to Safeway.